Hello and welcome to a GTA Online Collectibles guide. I'm Inycyon, and today we'll be investigating the harrowing reports that a mass murderer has been slashing their way through the citizens of Blaine County. The Los Santos Slasher is an NPC that appears only in GTA Online, reportedly responsible for the deaths of many people in the Blaine County area. His weapon of destruction, a unique antique Navy Revolver supposedly etched with the number of lives he's taken. Police have advised the public to remain indoors where possible, but you don't need to heed that advice. You can respawn. With a little sleuthing, you can track down 5 clues scattered about Blaine County that all point to the activities of this devious beast before receiving a threatening message from the slasher himself. All you have to do then is be at the wrong place at the wrong time and wait for him to come to you. Each clue is located in the northern portion of San Andreas, scattered about the rural habitations of where this slasher calls home. Each clue must be interacted with directly, but they're easy to spot once in range, as your controller will vibrate slightly, and you'll begin to hear the eerie whispers and echoing screams of the victims left behind. Once each clue is found and interacted with, a sharp slashing sound will pierce the air and the whispers and screams will stop. Perhaps the souls of the departed rest easier knowing someone is on the case for their justice. Tracking down the killer and putting an end to his murder spree rewards you with his signature death piece, and if you're willing to add to the legend, a cool $250,000 in your back pocket, no questions asked. $5,000 for every clue found, $50,000 for ending the slasher's reign of terror, and the rest once the job is done. But killing a murderer to stop his reign of terror only to continue killing in his name is a bit hypocritical, isn't it? Why, yes it is, but let's be honest here. This is GTA Online. You probably mowed down 10 innocent bystanders with your overpriced Italian hypercar before your morning coffee. Away with your petty quibbles of morality and hypocrisy. Once you possess the revolver, merely gun down 50 people, NPC or otherwise, and be rewarded with $200,000 and the Lowry revolver for any social club members that play Red Dead Online. So let's get into this. The first piece of evidence is located in Great Chaparral. At the Cherry Pie Farm, where the road hugs all sides of the farmland but the east, you'll find a large barn with posters advertising cherry pie and prune juice. Head over to the western wall and you'll find a mocking message scratched into the side of the barn. Interact with it to have a closer look and hear an ominous but distant slashing sound. Your journey has begun. Clue number 2 is located near to the west end of the Sandy Shores airfield. Head away from the runway and towards the northern dirt track until you see some trash bags and an old tyre. It seems the slasher is a little more experienced than merely gunning down his quarry, as upon interacting with this clue, we find a grisly scene of a severed left hand lying in the dirt. A little further to the north, in the tiny farming village of Grapeseed, we find clue number 3. Move east over the farmland until you find a collection of green and white polytunnels running perpendicular to a dirt track. Follow that track to a decrepit wooden barn surrounded by various pieces of farming machinery, and approaching the western side you'll find a bloody machete buried into the wood. It seems he is struck again. Now to Palito Bay for clue number 4. Up at the Bayview Lodge in the heavily forested southern edge of the bay, and going around to the back where the outhouses can be found, is a small wooden tool shed. On the tool shed door is a smeared bloody left handprint, possibly from the victim who lost their hand to provide the second clue. Now, here's where things get interesting. The final clue doesn't have a single location where it can be found, but it is instead located in one of 5 potential spots. The clue takes the form of a black burrito van, much like the one seen being driven by the lost MC. However, the rear doors are open, revealing a bloody floor, several machetes and a sizable amount of black trash bags filled with, well, you can probably guess. The first spot you might find the last clue is located along the side of some train tracks just to the southeast of Ron's alternate wind farm. Just a little south of where the tracks end outside the Palmer-Taylor power station is a white water tower with a red gas tank beside it. The van may be parked just behind these containers. The second location this van may spawn is along the train tracks that run parallel with the San Chiansky Freeway. At the spot where the tracks pass beneath the road and directly due west of the Humane Labs and Research, you'll find it parked along a mounted wall section facing away from the tracks. A little further north up the San Chiansky Freeway is where you might find the last clue. Following the train tracks that hug the road, you'll find a short bridged section. On the far side of this bridge section, facing away from the roads, you'll find the black van parked hiding away from view. Possible location number 4 for the last clue is along the Raton Canyon riverbed. Take the dirt path that veers off from the main road before hitting the bridge spanning the canyon and follow it along the edge of the river. At the thinnest part of the river, cross over to the far side and look for the black van parked amongst the trees. It's a little tricky to spot, but it might be there. And the last location the Slasher's van might appear is at Largo Zancudo. Below the road and closest to the Zancudo base side of the dirt path is a strange shaped piece of land that sticks out and curves back on itself. Here you'll find a whole bunch of bushes and low-hanging trees. If you're lucky, the van might be there, but if you've had to get to this location to find Clue 5, you haven't been very lucky so far. Now you've found all 5 clues that the Slasher left behind, and it turns out he's not too happy that you appear to be hot on his trail. Shortly after interacting with the last clue, you'll receive a text from an unknown number stating how annoyed they are of your detective skills, and that you'll get your comeuppance sooner rather than later. Now all you have to do is wait. Specifically, the Slasher will only strike if you're located in Blaine County, his hunting ground, between the hours of 7 PM and 5 AM. The Slasher will appear after an undetermined amount of time and will approach you much like a mugger would had another player called one on you. Despite his reputation for killing his victims with the antique Navy Revolver, the man that assaults you will do so instead with the machete, much like the ones found in the back of the van. He's not particularly special in any way and dies just as easily as any other NPC would in the game. Once you've killed him, you will immediately receive the Navy Revolver and be credited with $50,000. Shortly afterwards, you'll be informed that upon killing 50 people with the revolver, you'll be awarded a substantial reward in cash and a unique bonus for players of Red Dead Online. And there we have it, the mystery of the Los Santos Slasher has been put to rest. For maybe an hour's work, you've acquired a unique sidearm and pocketed a tasty $250,000. Much like all the other online collectibles, the Slasher mystery is unique to your online character, not the overall online experience. Putting it simply, if you have 2 online characters, you can kill the Slasher twice and pocket double the money. And because all the cash is shared between both online characters, that's a very nice $500,000 you just netted yourself there. Add to that the $150,000 per character you could have earned by destroying all of the signal jammers, you're well on your way to your first legitimate $1 million. Well, as legitimate as Los Santos will allow. If you haven't already destroyed all those jammers yet and acquired the incomparable hacking skills of R.V. Schwartzman for the Diamond Casino heist, click on the link below in the description for a locations guide for all 50 signal jammers. And watch out for any new collectible guides for GTA Online coming in the future. But for now, thank you very much for watching, like and subscribe where appropriate, and toodles!
Get back on the double!